There's not a fucking one of us that has a fucking.
Apple Watch? I know, we should all get them.
Apple Google? Apple Google.
No, Ben doesn't. Ben, you don't own a goddamn
No, I don't know.
Circle Light or whatever that shit's called.
I don't
I
know.
have someone somewhere in the garage, but
Anyway, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Cinnamon, the only movie podcast where we review movies and TV that we've been watching. And this week
the
we're
only movie podcast where I talk about what I've been watching.
Yeah.
And
That's true.
And these two clowns provide color commentary.
It is the only
Colored
movie podcast
commentary.
where I talk about what I've been watching.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
welcome
are.
back,
we
Steve.
are. a
Welcome
unit.
back.
Yeah,
Yeah, welcome.
thanks
Happy
for
to have you back.
yeah, it's been nice. I
Maybe sit up or something.
Yeah. Why don't you?
well,
clean
I know.
up.
I know. It probably
look
looked
as
slob.
pathetic as
looked
possible.
awful. Probably looked awful.
Slob.
I mean, it's all. If this
But
happens,
it is funny.
like
This couch
20
is like
minutes
this
in,
couch makes me want to like.
You
Just
know,
be
I
like,
see
yo,
these
dude.
couches a lot, and
I
I
see
always
them too.
assume that they are very uncomfortable. I'm like, oh, that looks like shit. But man, this thing is really nice.
It is really comfortable.
It is
and
really
modular
nice.
too. We could actually make this podcast crazy. We could have our
Oh,
backs,
yeah, you can
backs
make
to
it-
each other.
You can make it
Yeah.
you can make it a big what do you call
cool.
that? Cuddle puddle.
Yeah, we could be
thing.
right here. We could be like this.
Yeah,
We could
that'd
do
be
that.
cool.
That'd
Kind of cool.
So this week, everybody, we watched the new Robert Pattinson x Zendaya. I was gonna call her Zendaya.
Why do you
Zendaya,
say
Ex
X?
Christopher
Like-
Borgley.
like Robert Pattinson x Zendaya.
Oh,
like,
I
like
see.
it
I see.
written
You're
written
doing
in
that.
English.
I got you. Got you.
Robert Pattinson and Zendaya movie by Christopher Borgley.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you say it? Yeah. Sound like a noodle. Last name sounded like a noodle.
God damn.
You think so?
We really need to get you a
Noodle?
soundboard so you could just be
I'll
here
just do it with my mouth.
hitting drops.
Yeah, yeah.
God damn. Called The Drama. The Drama. I wish they had changed the name right off the bat. Before we get into what we watched, I feel like the
I felt
name could have been
similarly.
different.
But I do think it led to some. I don't want to be wearing slippers on this podcast. I think it did lead to like the appropriate amount of intrigue.
Yeah.
Like,
Of, like,
the-
not
the-
knowing
the
what it is, yeah.
vagueness of that title plus the marketing.
The
Also,
marketing, yeah.
That's some bold marketing. Well, we don't have to get into the twist immediately, but there's going to be heavy spoilers, obviously,
Yeah,
and
heavy
especially for this
spoilers.
one. It's impossible to talk about.
Yeah, it literally.
But,
Everybody knows by now.
No, I don't think so, and I don't
Some people.
want people to know.
So I'm going to tell you
Yeah, some
what.
people.
Some people know.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you, some
Sure.
people know.
But yeah, bold. That's
Bold.
a bold marketing stunt.
Mhm.
They A24 must. I don't know how much Ari Aster's involved with that portion of things, but
Wait,
know,
what are
he-
you talking about?
He produced this
He's just a
square
producer,
peg.
yeah.
Yeah, but what stunt are you talking
The
about?
fact that they don't ever say what
The marketing hasn't been like.
a huge amount of the draw. I could feel it when we saw it in Century City. There was a lot of like 20-something-year-olds, like I don't know, blonde and excited and like healthy-looking people going to see the new Zendaya movie. And
healthy looking. They were. You're right. They were.
Yeah.
Well, you're at Century City.
It's so
Uh-huh,
nice.
exactly.
God,
Then
it's
people
so
healthy
nice.
there.
Yeah.
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 Anyway,
Mhm.
but yes, I mean,
Yeah. They
yeah.
eat people. They be
Yeah.
eating people. over
yes,
there.
absolutely.
Anyway, so what the fuck was I talking about?
Just how the fact that
It
the
just-
marketing
just that-
yeah.
Yeah, I
alluded
mean-
to a big secret.
And I was saying the Ari Aster thing. I was like, I don't know how heavily he is involved, but it feels like someone trusted someone because I'm like that seems like something where if that's the twist, you don't go about it in a way where it's like, ooh, come and check it out. Unless
yeah.
you're making a pretty bold move, which
Well,
respect.
yeah.
I wish that they didn't allude to any secret at all. Like the teaser that I saw was when they're going around talking about the
Yeah.
worst things that they've done, and then you hear her say, "Well, and then Alana Haim's reaction,
Mm-hmm.
and then it makes you go, "Oh, there's a big thing."
Yeah, but that's what got everyone's butts in
Yeah,
the seats.
I know, but I would have rather it would have been fine for me to see like the wedding punching and stuff. Like, oh shit, oh what drama. But then to have to be like kind of a red herring, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Mm.
then
Without everybody going, "What's the big
I
secret?"
do think that would make
Yeah, I
it
sorta-
less of an event.
I sorta
movie, 'cause there was
disagree,
a
yeah.
certain amount
True.
of like people were there to be like, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
gonna happen? What is the drama?
Well, let's
We
start
all
with,
wanted to know, but first,
Yeah, Steve, what have you been watching, Steve?
Nice teaser. I like the way that we scratched it. Yeah, it was cool.
yeah, well, it was. It actually was
That was
good.
pretty good, guys.
Yeah, and because like now people are like, okay, I'm intrigued.
I'm gonna
and
cut
then
this
they'll-
part out where
yeah.
we talk about
Okay.
it.
No, that's great.
Um,
We're doing we're getting
what did
better
I
at this.
watch? I watched the new Christian Petzold movie. This German. You guys ever? Do you know Christian Petzold?
No.
Have you ever seen any of his movies?
I just
I know
laugh
Ben hasn't seen.
No, of course,
hasn't seen
but
it.
every week there's a new name that I've never heard.
Yeah, I knew.
It's
I was
so
when you said
impressive.
that. I was waiting for Ben to say Christian Pretzels.
Yeah, Christian.
Yeah.
It's
Petzold.
so impressive because every week it's like the new Glorby Goopage
Dude, I went
movie
to
came
get my
out.
communion. They were all out of the wafers. They gave me Christian pretzels.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You're done. You're roasted.
That's pretty good. No, he's a great director. He's a German director, and I don't know if anybody gives a fuck, but he made
People do.
the first thing that I ever saw of his was, or no, the first time I knew about him was this movie called Phoenix that came out in, I want to say 2015 or something like that. I never saw it, but then I saw the next one, Transit, which is really, really good, and has that guy. You guys know that guy? He's like the Austrian Joaquin Phoenix, and he has like a hair lip, and his name is, he's my boy. He's fuck, I just forgot his name.
I think I know.
But he's a really good actor. But I completely just fucking spaced on his name.
That's
So
okay,
anyway,
man.
I apologize. You guys say I sound off in the comments. But anyway, so and then I went back and watched all his older movies and stuff. And he's just a guy that I like. And so he has this new movie called, which is annoying to say, and Ben's gonna go roll his eyes. But it's called Miroir Number 3.
Miroir number
Miroir,
3?
like
That sounds great to me.
like mirror, I guess.
Yeah.
Basically, mirror. Yeah,
Yeah.
mirror. Yeah. Anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sure
Uh-huh.
it does. But it was good. I liked it a lot, and yeah, it was interesting. And then
Tighten this up a little.
I know.
Yeah,
sorry.
what else you got?
I watched.
They get so mad when I say that.
I've been watching some Mets play
Nice.
baseball.
Nice.
I've been out of the baseball. Like I feel like without cable, and stuff, it's so hard to watch baseball
Dude,
games.
yeah.
I don't know if you ever try to watch baseball
Yeah.
games. And so I just am like, okay, it's been so many years. I grew up playing baseball.
What
That's
position?
what-
You seem like a second baseman or a shortstop.
I did play second base, yeah, and sometimes outfield. But
Nice. What did I play?
You, Dylan?
Mm-hmm. And
Outfield.
in 6th grade,
Outfield.
I was third base.
Oh, wow. Nice.
that is nice.
Yeah.
Field's hard, man.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, he must have had an arm on you.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, you
I was in 6th grade.
Yeah, I know. In 6th grade, it's
Third
like
base,
whatever.
man.
They're just like, yeah, just put you at third or whatever.
also did.
No, but and so like I just feel like I pay attention every once in a while, but like I haven't been able. I want to just like lock into baseball this year and really like pay attention to a full season because I just haven't. I've been out of the habit of paying attention. So
Was it a Mets game recently where there were 3 called strikes and nobody paid attention, and then the guy ended up walking? I think it was.
Maybe.
There was an at bat like this week where the batter swung and missed 3 times, not even in a row. It was like ball 1, strike, swung on, strike, ball, and then strike. The pitcher, the catcher, the batter
Like didn't realize.
Nobody realized.
What the hell?
And then
That is weird.
And then and then 2 more balls were called, so it was only 3 balls, and he got a walk.
That's weird.
It was wild.
Now I feel embarrassed because I feel like I should know that, but
I don't know
I've,
if it was
I've
the
been.
Mets.
I don't know. It's like sometimes you can't always fucking watch the game, so I'm like listening on the radio sometimes,
love
or
listening
like
to baseball
which
on
is
the radio.
nice. Yeah, it's fun. But anyway, so doing that, and then I don't know. I rewatched Watchmen for some reason.
Oh
Whoa,
yeah, that
man.
movie sucks. It's
kinda-
so close to being
I
good.
kind of like it.
Did you read the graphic novel?
I did.
I loved it.
I love the
I
graphic
was a
novel.
big fan of the graphic
Yeah,
novel.
I love it, and I
I thought
think
the movie was okay too.
the movie,
kinda
the
liked it.
movie, like I loved the graphic novel, and then that movie came out, and I was like, and it was like I was a teenager, so I was like, this is awesome, it did it right or whatever. But like,
You know what's here with me?
but I think everyone, other people than me have said this, that like Zack Snyder like thinks Rorschach's cool, and I think the graphic novel like doesn't think he's cool. You're
Mhm.
not supposed to like really like Rorschach, I think a little
Mm.
bit, but. You watch that movie and you're like, Rorschach is kind of cool. I mean, you like to do the voice and you like to. Well, anyway, but and so yeah, that's what I did. And then I probably watched other things, but I watched this too,
Cool.
the drama, and then we'll get.
I
into it.
am going tonight to order sushi and watch Spider-Man 2, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2.
What a fun
Because
weird
I
plan for an
I-
evening. But I
I-
mean, I like it. I like the plan.
I was the woman who joined us last night, Christina. Shout out to her if she's listening. But we
She's
were
not.
chatting in the parking lot afterward, and I was like, I don't think if I remember, she hadn't seen Spider-Man 2, and I was like, you've got us. It's such a fucking. It's probably a top 10 movie for me.
I love.
It's
I love
so
those
good.
movies, yeah.
And it seems like the new Spider-Man is going to have a similar arc where he kind of loses his powers and has to like rediscover himself. That trailer actually gets me a little hyped for it.
Me too. The other ones
Where-
are so like fucking dull compared to this one.
Yeah, and I love a good superhero kind of like losing his shit and having to
The one
align
thing- funny.
himself spiritually.
I
feel
agree.
the
The one
opposite.
thing that
Mm.
fucked me up about that was when everyone's like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "No, I don't need the whole multiverse thing again."
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
that-
that's how that last one ends. They end where
Yeah.
he made it so they don't know who he is anymore.
Because he
doesn't
had to.
matter. Totally, do it again.
Yeah, I know.
Uh,
But it's funny. I have the opposite with that trailer where I'm like, oh, it took them 3 movies to get to fucking Spider-Man 2
Mm.
in the good ones, you know? And so
Mm.
I just kind of go,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Different director though. That's good.
No, I know.
and
Oh,
then-
is it? It's not the.
No, it's the Shang-Chi guy or whatever. I believe.
Oh.
I think. What else did he make?
Dustin Cretton or whatever. I think
I'm
his
not
name
sure.
is.
I might be getting it wrong, but it's a.
If it's the
I
Shang-Chi
think
guy,
I think it's a better director, potentially.
see, I kind of like those first 2,
They felt like Cartoon Network
Tom
movies to
Holland
me, which I like. It's fine.
but whatever. I like Spider-Man. Just
I
just like
was
generally.
Me
I
too.
was
Spider-Man,
totally lost with the different timelines one. I was like, this is too confusing for me.
That was really slop.
It
That
was,
really
yeah,
was.
no, it
like,
was. It
that
was so hard to
nostalgia slop in a big
yeah.
way.
Yeah, it was.
But anyway,
Yeah.
then I've also been watching Mad Men.
don't like that I
I
said
just
slop.
wrapped season 2 of Mad Men.
Oh, you did it.
And season 2.
I know.
And I'm enjoying it, but man, I think I've said it before. These men, and I'm not trying to be like a fucking ally, sounding like it's
Right.
so hard to watch these guys be. It's so comical how much they're like, "Hey, toots, nice tits," you know. Just the misogyny is so heavy-handed, but I also understand that it is the times, and it's starting to get more realistic and a lot. It's just a bummer show. Those first couple seasons to binge.
What's funny is that when you're saying this, but I feel like collectively when people watched it, everyone was like, "I love to watch how bad they are."
Yeah,
Oh,
like
I
that,
agree.
the general consensus was people being like, "Ooh, yeah!"
I think it's
like
funny. I
people were
mean-
having cocktail parties and
well,
like,
sure, but it was
this
also
like
the episodes were spaced out and there were commercial breaks. And
that's right,
this, I'm
sure.
like sitting and
yeah,
watching.
yeah.
yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a bummer sometimes.
Again,
No, I'm sure you're
I
right.
And
think
the women are
season 2
beautiful, man. The women on that show are beautiful.
Oh yeah,
They're
absolutely.
objects to me.
Anyway,
No, again though, I think you're gonna fucking take off
Okay, great.
when
Yeah.
season 3 onward. Yeah,
I can't wait. And
Yeah.
I'm starting to see elements where I'm like, oh, these are interesting little things that they're setting up. And I fucking love Peggy, man. God, what a champ.
what an awesome character.
What
Yeah.
an awesome character. And yeah, all the men are fucking, they piss me off. And just knowing from,
even the gay guy.
I like him.
Yeah, I do too. Actually, I really do like
Sal,
him.
Salvatore?
Yeah, Sal, yeah, Sal.
But Shane and I were talking about this. How I know just through internet memes and stuff that Pete starts to lose his hair and
Mhm.
is
Yeah.
just like a fucking wreck. The not great Bob, you know, that meme.
Yeah,
And I can't wait to see that because he is
Yeah.
funny. He's a funny guy.
He's
to me.
awesome to
he's
watch.
a great character.
Hi Don.
But you know what's funny? Well, not to talk on too much about Mad Men, but he I always thought like he was like Don's sort of like arch nemesis or something. Like they like, but like I guess you'll see it over the show.
They
Like
end up being homies because
they
I
kinda,
want that.
They
I want
kind of
them to be
become homies, and there's times where he is a fucking weasel and like kind of a piece of shit often.
Yeah.
But there's times where I really like him.
I don't like
Yeah.
Don, man. Don sucks
No.
to me.
Well, no, I'm talking.
No, I
about
know,
Pete.
I know.
Yeah,
but
Pete.
I don't like Don. Don
Nah,
sucks to me.
Don's
Does he get
Don's
better?
a hero. Everything Don does is good.
Is he going to end up being better as a character? Because I don't like
He's
him.
a great character, and he's going to continue to grow and regress and fuck up and
right,
do
right.
good. Like he's a fucking human being, brother.
Dylan, what did you watch this week, Dylan?
I watched the return of the comeback.
Oh.
Oh,
and
nice,
There are
yeah.
a couple episodes. It's about her getting a role on a show written by AI. So it's her kind of versus AI. It's maybe the first show to do that, and it's okay. I love her. I love seeing her again.
Yeah.
I just love that series so much that I'm like, I don't even want to talk shit at all. But it is strange that they're dropping the documentary camera angle. It's only 2 episodes in, and they might
Oh.
bring it back based off of something I saw in episode 2. But it used to be, everything is from that point of view.
Yeah, yeah.
And so now we have this kind of roaming camera, this HD camera that is just, it's a normal show. And I'm like, it kind of doesn't feel right.
Dude, the HD cameras are like,
They got
Like-
more HD.
they're crazy looking, man. Like the later episodes of Curb are like, this
Dude,
this
it's-
is insane looking.
literally
I
looks
don't need to see Richard
insane.
Lewis in that high definition.
No.
That's
That's what I say
good.
about
Yeah.
SNL.
Yeah.
I fucking SNL is too crisp. It's too HD.
I wonder what it is, because do you think this is all the colorists and everyone and cinematographers looking at the fucking? It can't be. There must be artists, but what are they looking at the levels? They go, yeah, the levels are right. That must be right. Meanwhile, you look at the thing, it looks like I'm fucking on LSD. I'm watching Kirby D.
No, it is weird. I think there's a not to whatever. I think there's a whole generation of people that have been brought up in like the technical side of film that are like, I want to do it right rather than good, I guess, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of people who are like, yeah, the levels are right, and it's
for sure. Oh, I've been neglecting to mention I've been watching DTF.
Ooh. Oh yeah, I completely fell off. I stopped watching after episode 2.
It's a good show.
Yeah,
I like it. It's
that's
fun.
what people have been saying. Have you been watching Rooster?
No.
Two?
Oh, Rooster? Oh no, I think I watched one episode and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch this, and then I didn't watch that shit.
Oh, is that that's the Steve
Carell? I
Carell
think the same creator of like Scrubs and Shrinking and
Yeah,
a number of shows.
What's his name?
So it's got
it is?
It's got
Which
that
is
same kind of like
nice core humor.
exactly nice
Yeah,
core dramedy.
Ted Lasso, right? Did you say that?
In
already?
Ted Lasso,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And it oh my god, how am I forgetting his name? Dr. Cox, what's his name? He's in it.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, but he's not in Scrubs, but he's in this.
Well, I know. I can't remember what that actor's
I
name
don't
is.
know, man. I love Steve Carell to death, but
Yeah.
he after The Office, his whole thing is like, I'm tired. Like
Right.
like he's always just
All
like a
his
guy.
characters?
All his characters are like, yeah. He's like funny still, kind of, but he's like going through it always.
Except for
What?
I think you mentioned it a couple episodes ago,
What?
which I think he's genuinely great in. When I rewatched this movie recently, I was like,
Foxcatcher.
he's so good. Yes, exactly.
But he's still tired in that.
Oh, I
He is tired, but
guy.
He's
Hey, let me
always-
see your
he's,
penis.
but he is tired. But that's
that
like
guy.
Yeah.
I remember.
Hey, get
Oh,
on the
I
floor
love
and
that.
wrestle
Yeah.
around and let me see your penis.
Oh, dude, it's so
I've
good.
never seen it.
Dude,
Is
when
that-
I rewatched that movie, you know what it clicked for me
Hmm.
was that it's like he's like essentially the same character as
Michael Scott.
Michael Scott,
Uh-huh.
but in the most like dark, twisted, fucked up way imaginable.
Yeah.
Like a guy who wants what other people like. He thinks he's something that he's not, or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just
I'm a
it's-
good wrestler,
And it was
coach.
like I was like, oh, what a perfect cat. You know, like
Yeah.
they really.
And they made his nose
Yeah.
bigger, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
He's
the
got a
prosthetics
huge
in that are
schnoz.
funny, dude. I mean, it's good. It's good
Did
stuff.
you ever watch that weird miniseries, or maybe it was just like one season, that had him and Tina Fey, and I'm forgetting her name from Reno 911. It was about like a friend dying.
Whoa.
Oh fuck, you don't know? It was just like one season on Netflix, and I really
No,
liked it. He's
I
good
don't
in that.
remember.
He was still tired, but he was
Reno
good.
911 was such
Oh, she was
a
good for
good
her name.
underrated
Best show.
Oh, it's incredible.
Anyway.
Which one on Reno 911? Sorry,
Niecy
maybe
Nash?
maybe I shouldn't ask that. Yeah, is it
Short
Niecy?
hair. Short
Oh,
hair.
oh,
awesome,
the-
so funny.
The dumb
Yes.
Trudy. She
Trudy,
played
Trudy.
Yeah, yeah.
Tall,
She's
like
a-
tall, lanky lady.
Yeah,
Fuck.
amazing performance on this
She's
show.
incredible.
Yeah.
She's great.
Man,
I sound like a fucking dumbass.
Let's-
Yeah, sorry.
Let's-
Wait, one more thing. I don't know. This clicked in me. I realized I watched Ready or Not 2. I went to the
Oh,
theater
how was
and saw
that?
Ready or Not 2, and I enjoyed it.
Saw
Like
a
it's
saw a bunch of people get slimed.
yeah, pretty much
Yeah,
with
yeah.
blood and it's
Yeah.
like. Anyway, I kind of liked the first one,
My mom liked it
liked
too.
and I saw it. So yeah,
And that's
I
not even my type of
enjoyed-
movie.
I
My mom-
enjoyed the second
My
one.
mom texted me about the second one. She was pretty good, really bloody, but she liked it.
Yeah, yeah.
Same idea.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
My friend's
Yeah.
wife
Yeah.
was a producer on that movie.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Shout out to Harlan. I love him so much. He's such a great guy.
Yes.
So let's talk about the drama.
Anyway, yeah, here we go. The drama.
What's your favorite thing about your partner?
She's funny.
He's open-minded.
Before we got married, we said the worst thing we've ever done.
What's the worst thing I've ever done?
What the?
Oh boy.
So yeah, like
Spoilers.
as we said earlier, there just has to be spoilers. Like there's no way to talk about this movie without talking about the spoilers. I mean, it's funny because the spoiler is the premise, so it's like
Yeah.
they're intertwined. So you have to talk about it that way. But anyway,
So in logline is Robert Pattinson and Zendaya. They love each other and they're going to get married. And like on their like a few days before the wedding, she reveals to him and a couple of their best friends that she planned a school shooting when she was 15,
Mhm.
13, 15?
15.
15. And the drama thus ensues where her best friend is like, fuck you. My cousin is in a wheelchair because of a school shooter. Or a mass, not a
Yeah.
school shooter. It was a
I
school
think
shooter?
I think something like that. I don't
And
know,
then
I'm
Robert
sure.
Pattinson is like, oh, so can you like tell me about that? Why? And everything falls apart, and then the wedding. There's some stuff. I really enjoyed this film.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that it was great. I'm not the type to normally like the hair pulling out.
I'm a little
awkward shit.
surprised. Yeah.
Well, I when I walked up to
Did
Ben,
you guys go together?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did.
Okay, okay.
But I sat separately. Doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
He got his ticket.
When I
You got your
walked up
tickets
to him,
later, that makes sense.
I
Yeah,
knew
yeah.
I knew that he was gonna like it based off of the theory I've had, where it's a perfect movie where Ben goes, "What the hell would I do?" Ben goes, "I'm that guy." Oh, well, she's hot.
Yeah,
Goddamn.
yeah,
Goddamn. I
yeah,
forgive
yeah.
her. Goddamn.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
That is a good theory. That
Yeah.
it's like, what would I do?
I mean, plenty of people watch movies that way.
That way,
but
yeah.
it's a really good one for that. Juicy.
and it's also one where I'm also almost could have not liked it. Where I'm like, why didn't they just communicate better?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Because I definitely when I guess Robert Pattinson and Zendaya, when they're kind of talking through it, I'm like, dude, you're asking the wrong questions. Just stop and really listen to her. And he just kept going like, so you don't feel that way anymore? And it's like, no, she doesn't feel that way anymore.
Right.
She
right,
felt
right.
isolated and she was bullied.
Yeah.
She changed her mind. Why is and the fact that she not only changed her mind, but then became like an anti-gun advocate.
Right.
But she was like forced into that. In
She
my-
wasn't
my
forced.
estimation.
She found and then she threw
yeah.
away the gun. She fully did a 180
She
and
didn't-
was like, never. Wow.
I think
what was
she
thinking?
does a 180, but it's a. I mean,
She didn't throw away the gun because of her being in the gun club. She threw away the gun after bringing it to school.
She never brought it to school.
no, she brought it
She
to
was
school.
in the
that was
backpack.
that was part of the
But
thing.
it's a long rifle. How did she have it in her?
Oh, I don't know.
They didn't really explain that.
They didn't.
Maybe she like I don't know. They
So
didn't.
they said she brought
they
it to
didn't
school.
explain
Maybe
it.
she
But
took it.
in
You
the
could take
in
it
the
apart.
in the
Yeah.
thing, she said she brought it to school.
Right, that's
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe she hid it in a freaking bush right off campus and
Mhm.
whatever. But
I liked watching those scenes. Sorry, finish your thought.
no.
I was
Keep
just
going.
gonna say,
I
like,
didn't-
part of me maybe, and it's like what people don't want to watch. I was like, I kind of just want to watch the movie about this little girl. Like,
No, those scenes were good, and the little girl who
Yeah.
played young Zendaya, I was fucking
Yeah.
like kind of incredible.
when the
I thought she
webcam
did a
wasn't
really good
working
job.
and everything,
Yeah.
I was like, I just want to stay here. I don't want to go to the like we're doing a what like fucked up rom-com thing. But
Yeah.
it's not. Obviously, everyone relates to that.
Really
but
unique editing too. I really appreciated. Did you
I
guys like
liked
that?
the editing. I liked the editing. Sometimes I maybe thought he did it too much, but other
Yeah.
times I was into it. It reminded me of like, it's that kind of like whatever, sorry to say. it.
Stream of
No,
consciousness.
Nicholas Rogue kind of style editing that he does. Have you ever seen
Yeah, I
Don't
totally
Look
know
Now
who
and
that
stuff?
is.
I know
No.
you haven't, but
yeah, you're right. Yeah,
like it's got that, and I feel anyway. But like early
I
on,
did like when he was holding her and she's
Really
petting
good.
her, Yeah,
but early on there were those nice moments like the morning after when she tells them what happened,
mm-hmm.
and we were getting like these subjective little flashes of each of them thinking what the other was maybe gonna do or possibly like she had that subjective flash where like he was with the best friend and being like he's like I'm gonna call the cops, you need to get out of the go to London, whatever, and then he's like sitting there and he's like in the kitchen and then he has this little flash of like them laughing about it, and it kind of did that little back and forth where
and before that they also show the wedding all shot up.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
And,
and that was his like nightmare that kind of woke him up. I think.
Yeah, I did see
basically,
a letterbox review being like, and why didn't they go back to that? And I was like, God damn. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just some person on letterbox, but God
Right,
damn. They're like, that was real.
All Robert Pattinson needed to do was reassure her and make her feel like, listen, I fully get it now.
Brother,
I understand.
What the fuck are you talking about?
This is so funny.
He needed to reassure her.
You're just not scared at all when that happens?
Listen, I think okay.
No, I might be with Ben on this.
If
little
that
bit.
happened
a
to
lot of
me,
people are.
and
Yeah.
and presumably, it was she's 30, assuming. Okay, it was 15 years ago, and you tell me the whole thing, and I sit and I listen, and I hear and see the regret and the remorse and the growth that's taken place, and the fact that she didn't do it, and everything she did
Yeah.
thereafter that was, the being an advocate and all that stuff. And seeing how stressed and upset she is,
Yeah.
I would do what there was that whatever his fantasy was. They're laughing about it, like, dude, just fucking, you're freaking her out by acting so fucking freaked.
Sure.
You can't. What else is there to say and talk?
Brother, I don't know, man. I mean, I think what you're saying is like partially how it was intended, but for
Yeah.
me, I'm like, no, you planned a school shooting, and I need you to actually walk me through your plans. Tell me if there were specific people you're going to kill. Tell me when he found out that the reason she didn't do it was the coincidence that there was another shooting.
Yeah.
Well, I took
I'm
it.
like, get the hell out. What are you
Well,
talking
no,
about?
I took it to mean.
Mm.
See, that's interesting. You say that. He took it the wrong way. That you didn't want to do it on the same day because it would have overshadowed. It would have been drowned out by the. I think she was freaked. She saw firsthand, like, this is going to
No, that
cause
is-
real pain.
Yes.
That is what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I'm pissed at her for not articulating that.
Well, but I think it that leaves
Implied?
it. No. I was gonna say it's implied, but also it leaves it to have this conversation where it's like a little bit of a mystery of like, did she not go through with it? And it's like here's the thing. It's like Minority Report, right? It's like a thought crime thing where it's like
Right.
she didn't do it, so there's no actually way to be like she would have done it if that didn't happen. Like
Right.
there's a world
Yeah.
in a reality where it's like she still wouldn't have done it because she would have gotten freaked out and she would have scared. But that happened, and so it takes it away from like ever being able to be fully sure. You know what I mean? But we can't punish someone for their thoughts, right? Like that's like and I
we
think
should be able to, though.
no.
Boy, if you were able to get punished for your thoughts, I'd be serving multiple life sentences.
What?
Yes.
No, I'd be serving like 5 years.
I think the thing that's funny is like, it's like that thing though. I don't know. Maybe this is different. It is different, but like, well, there's two things. I think it's like what I was gonna say that's different than this is like people. Sometimes people like make horror movies or whatever, and people are like, how could they think up something like that? They must be sick in the head or
say
whatever.
low, say
and it's
low,
like
say low.
And it's like I think anybody can think of things, and it doesn't mean that they're like a sicko, right? I also think, on a more serious note, think about how many people have like really thought very seriously about suicide and like wanted to do it, but not done it. And that's like a thing that is, it's different, but it's one. The shooting thing is kind of just one. This is probably too crazy
Act
to
of
say.
violence?
One step further than that, because it's like you want to end your life and you want to take like people with you. I think is the kind of mentality. And anyway, my point being like I think like
I definitely think you need to be challenged on that, but go
I
off.
get what you're
Go
saying.
off.
We don't reprimand the would be person who would.
it's not that and I'm not saying that like people shouldn't be. Well, I don't know. Reprimand. Well, this will get into the conversation that I feel like I kind of want to have about this movie
do
a little
it.
bit. But
About your personal connection? Do you want to?
Well, no,
touch
we can
that?
talk about that too.
Yeah.
That's fine. But
Why don't you get into that?
hold on.
Oh,
Let me
sorry.
just-
Yeah, go
wait
ahead.
a
Go
second.
ahead. Sorry.
But I'm just saying like, there's a part of me watching the movie going, I get the scaredness, and obviously like it's the plot of the movie, so it's like there has to be drama that comes from this. There's also part of me that's like, I could see myself in that situation kind of very easily, honestly, in spite of my own personal connection to school shooting stuff, being like, that was something you felt in a deep, dark, different time in your life, and it would be, I could see myself, like you, maybe finding it very easy to like forgive that.
But then it's probably hard to sleep. Like you
Yes, maybe, yes, yeah. But I went along on the journey because I was like, I want to see, I'm enjoying this, and I want to see where this goes, and I'm sort of like, I don't know, like, was your audience? We'll get into
They were
they
all
were
into-
going-
we were a great.
people
audience.
were
really good audience.
It's a good audience movie, I
for
think.
sure.
Yeah,
Which
like
I'm gonna be a buzzkill real quick.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I've been kind of biting my tongue. Just this movie, I just didn't buy it at all.
I think a lot of people
Just
feel that way.
wholesale.
Yeah.
When they had that conversation, the only person I believed was Robert Pattinson. Everybody's delivery of their personal stories felt like such hog shit to me.
Sure.
And I was like, I mean,
And
I
his
don't-
was also pretty bad.
right. Well, yeah, but it was just,
Cyberbullying the
I
guy?
think maybe it was he's him and Haley Gates.
She's good.
They were phenomenal.
She's really
the two
good.
of them were really standouts. And
The coworker.
yeah, and
That he like cheats on.
I just
Or
felt that
cheats with.
I felt that conversation so forced, and I never placed that
initial
feeling,
conversation.
that inner turmoil on Zendaya, and I don't know what if it was me or whatever. I'm sure some people relate. I didn't feel it at all. I was enjoying the thought experiment as we went on, and I particularly liked the second half more than the first because there was so much time to set everything up that I was quite bored. But yeah, and you talked about being anxious, and other people have, and I was truly bored, like closing my eyes.
I liked the setup. I thought that setup really painted the conflict of like she's such a lovely person. They've got such a great relationship. They've got their cute apartment.
Handed with she's definitely 1 year. It's cute. It's
Oh, yeah.
but I do think he was making fun of romantic comedies in a way. And
But
the
I also
performance,
like the romantic comedy aspect. Like,
No,
I'm like,
no,
no.
I'm
I
si-
do
I
think
was
it
sitting there
works.
going, "Oh, this is cute," and it's like,
yeah.
and like one thing, and like on some level, there's a part of me that enjoys this on the most like basic movie level of like two movie stars, two beautiful people. Like it's fun. Like I'm like this is so fun that this movie exists on that level. And like what you were saying, where the marketing of it, where it's not like this exactly, but it made me think just a little bit of Spring Breaker. It's not like this really. Like obviously,
I get it.
Spring Breakers. You and I both love that movie a lot.
You buy a
and
ticket for
huge-
something, and then you get something else.
Yes,
I get it.
That movie is like bought and sold on like these Disney stars.
I
And
saw that in Orange County with frat bros.
Dude.
They were fucking pissed. dude.
yes,
It was awesome.
And so I think that aspect in the little edgelord in me or whatever is like having a lot of fun with like people going to see a movie for one reason, and yes, and getting something else.
And it is interesting in that same way where you're like it operates as a movie because it is, to me, they do have some good conversations. There's some great
Yeah.
back and forth between them, and the performances are great. But it was like relatively shallow for this kind of subject matter.
It is,
Like
it is.
it's pretty surface level to the point of me going, why I was like, why am I watching this? Why was this made? What's the deal here? Other than I guess making a romantic comedy that's more true to our time, which is like sure maybe that's whatever that means. I don't know if
Emphasis on the emphasis on the
Right.
comedy. A lot of laughs.
No, it's good.
Really
it's funny.
great
It's pretty
cut
funny. Yeah.
to when they had to
Let's
go.
get back to the
when they
whole-
had to-
I just had to say my piece.
No,
of
I
it.
think that's
Yeah,
good,
it
though.
the
just-
shot list,
But it
part,
also brings up a ton of points that I also have, in spite of liking it more than you.
yeah.
Yeah.
the shot list part had me howling, man. When it cut to, oh man, we've got
Oh,
to go,
that
and
is-
she's like,
yeah.
okay, we're gonna shoot you
Audience
and shoot
loves
your
her.
Yeah,
shoot
that-
your
that
wife
is a
and-
really
or
funny cut,
Your,
yeah.
your mom, and
Yeah.
then we're gonna shoot.
Yeah.
So it
fucking
does
good.
operate because when I knew I knew what the twist was before I saw
Oh,
it.
you did?
So did
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was so I was like I didn't know.
Well, so when I was just gonna say, like, I knew that what it was going in, and I had an expectation that it was really gonna like not be a romantic comedy, and then when it operates as kind of both,
Sure.
I think that's more interesting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, we're not just gonna be like this is fully edgy. It was like, no, it's still just about these people talking through this.
Yeah.
Knowing the twist, or I wouldn't even call it a twist.
How did you guys know the twist?
I
yeah,
know
I
someone who
saw
knew
sh-
someone.
Oh,
who-
okay, okay.
Yeah, and I looked it up on Reddit
Yeah,
also.
that's me
but
too.
Oh, okay.
Like
there-
a month ago or two.
I didn't see it. I didn't
it
know
just
shit.
for anybody out there who hasn't seen it, it doesn't ruin the movie.
Not at all. No, not at all.
It's still, there's all the interesting things that I didn't even consider, like
Yeah.
him with the coworker and that whole thing, and then being confronted at the wedding, and the what was her name?
Who?
The coworker.
Oh, the actress is Haley Gates.
yeah,
right?
when-
I
when
don't know. I
Haley
think her name is
Gates-
Misha. The character's name
Yeah.
is Misha, who's in I know you. I feel like you know this, but she's in. She has a really tiny little bit part in Marty Supreme.
Ah,
She's like a
she
good.
was great.
The whole movie was filled out with like a lot of, I feel like, good New York actors. Like there's a lot of people who are like I see in like all these like kind of indie New Yorky movies, and there's a bunch of those people
There was
that were
one
popping
moment
up.
that really pissed me off.
What?
Speaking of what you just said,
What?
when she's like, they're talking about the idea that anybody could have planned this, and they're showing all these different people walking
Oh,
around
yeah.
New York.
Oh, sure.
And I was like, any cast like what felt like mostly models, like they're like really unique looking and like model. I was like, what the fuck's that shit?
Well,
I don't know.
I thought I thought that scene was weird because I thought that they all looked foreign. I thought he was literally shooting that in Norway, and I was like,
Sure,
that's
sure.
weird because it's
Similar.
like didn't look like America to me, you know.
Speaking of that, I
And
also
so I thought
got
that
the
was
feeling
off.
that this was him making fun of Americans quite a bit.
Mm.
But also getting through his own maybe anxiety. It did seem personal. It
Absolutely.
seems like there's some of that where Robert Pattinson is his
in your
like
culture.
stand in a little bit, but there's a certain kind of like I'm making fun of America and Americans and
Yes.
your guys' friendships and things like that. A little bit.
Yes.
That's just fully me
You guys know
guessing.
that meme? It's one of my favorite memes. where it's like that one. It's like a video, I guess. So that one guy's like, oh, he's like a guy in England, and and he's an American in England, and he's like, oh, hey, oh, you guys call chip like fries chips? Oh, that's pretty funny. And then it's like a horrid, ugly, monstrous British guy face. It's like, oh, is that funny? Well, why are there children being killed in America? You guys have ever seen that fucking meme?
Yes, I know what you're talking
It's
about.
really good.
I haven't seen
and
that
it's just like this funny thing of like the Americans are just like very lightly making fun of like British culture stuff, and then the British people are like just hammering
always school
back
shootings.
like
Yeah.
about like how fucked up and awful America is or whatever.
I don't even hear them.
Why don't
It's just
we?
funny, I don't
Why
know.
don't we,
But-
Steve? So your sister was a student at Columbine.
Yes, which we've mentioned on the podcast before, but I guess for new people listening, if there are any,
Which is terrifying.
Yes, so Columbine shooting in 1999. I don't know if it was the original, but
it was like the first major.
Well, the thing it was like truly a culmination of it was like this is the wrong thing to say. Well, oh, never mind. I was gonna say right place, wrong. Never mind. It's like it's that it was the culmination of because the
Matrix.
24-hour news cycle was happening at that point in time, and that was like starting to happen. And so like it was a moment in time where I think it wasn't the first school shooting, but I think it was a big one because of the way that the like media landscape was at that time that was able to like give it so much attention. And I think
And they're saying they were influenced by
and video games
television
and
video
movies and
games
so
yeah.
all these things at the right at the peak of the fucking into the 20th century, into the 21st century, like it's like a real mishmash of like all the shit coming
Yeah.
together to make that what it was. But anyway, but that's beside the point. But I just think about that a lot, obviously. But
Yeah,
but
it's fascinating.
but yes, my sister was a sophomore at Columbine during the shooting, and I was in the first grade, and she made it out very quickly, but she obviously knew people who didn't, and she went to funerals and stuff. But I was like in the first grade, right? So my experience of it is weird and different, but like and then I went later to that school. And so,
Whoa, I didn't know that you went to college. I must have forgotten that.
yeah, I
That's
went.
wild.
But so like, it's one of those things that's been a part of my life forever, essentially. And it's all, but the irony or the sick thing, right, is that it's like a part of everybody's life.
Well,
you know,
yeah.
in America, and
I mean, yeah.
in a way, like in
I was
some,
gonna say it's not ironic, but yeah.
yeah, it's
It
not
just-
ironic,
it's just,
but the sad thing.
unfortunate
about
I
sad
it,
think
yeah.
that
Yeah.
at this point, everybody is 1 or 2 degrees separated from someone who has
yes,
experienced
Really?
firsthand. Oh yeah,
One or two?
I mean,
here's us. Yeah,
I'm
there have been enough.
not to. I've said this before, and I say this maybe sometimes too flippantly or whatever, but like I'm like 1 degree separated from like 3 different shootings. Like the Columbine one, I worked at the like sister theater in Boulder, and our like sister theater was the Arvada
In
theater
Aur-
where
in
the Dark
Aurora?
Knight, in Aurora, where the
Yeah.
Dark Knight Rises shooting happened. And like I woke up that morning and people were texting me like, "Were you at that? Were you at that theater?" Blah blah. Blah.
Yeah,
And then also in Boulder, which is so fucked up that all this stuff is in Colorado. A King Supers, which is like the grocery store in Colorado. A King Supers like that I have been to hundreds of times.
the exact one.
Had a shooting at the King Supers.
When
So
was that?
it was in 2021.
Oh shit! Wow.
Um,
Were you in Colorado at the time?
I was in Colorado.
Whoa, dude.
So
So it was like, wow, I could have been there.
absolutely, I probably
Wow.
went there a few days ago. Before,
If you
like,
were
in the-
there, would
when
you
that
have tried to
happened.
stop? What would you do?
Huh?
A lot in Colorado.
I know, which is weird and kind of I don't know. It's fucked up because
Wha-
yeah,
what would
I
you
don't
do
know.
if you were
mountain stuff is weird? Mountain stuff is scary.
The
kind
mountains
of like
do.
there's-
The Rockies do
like
something to you.
like. Well, I just think people are like.
Because the baseball team.
Well, here's
sucks.
the thing. When I lived in New York, right? When I moved back to Colorado, this is getting into a lot of different stuff. But I lived in New York. And when I moved back to Colorado, I remember having this feeling of like walking to my car some places in Colorado that I'd never really thought of before, having basically grown up there always and lived there. But like walking to my car and being like, oh, it's out in this like weird, creepy, like mountainy neighborhood. And I was like, this is scarier than any time I was walking on like a street in New York City, But like people in Colorado are like, New York City's dangerous, And they're like, aren't you afraid to be in there and like ride the subway late at night? And I was like, no, not really, not once ever. I mean, yes, there's weird people that you come across on the subway that seem a little not in their right mind and a little dangerous. But like, you're always surrounded by people, and I guess this is just a long-winded way of saying like, there's just a weird like there's like people are spread out, man, and it's isolated, and that just gives space for like weirder, darker things to kind of come up sometimes.
Anyway,
and that's kind of true here too. I feel like with like all the the Mansons and like weird like whatever that culture and I don't know whatever. But
Steve, you having this personal connection, would you, like me, would you have forgiven her and been like, yo, girl?
Well, yes, so that's what I was saying earlier. I think like yes, I feel like I would, but also I don't know. I think about that kind of well, it's just because yeah, I think I'm the type of person who, okay, maybe not even just a forgiving thing. Let's just talk about the movie where like I think I'm the type of person who maybe should be mad at this movie. Like I think you're seeing people who are like, I don't appreciate the way this is like flippantly maybe dealing with like mass shooter culture or whatever.
But to bounce off that, not to interrupt too bad.
No,
but
that's okay.
But
I don't want to bogart this.
I do think that is dealt with in this movie pretty well, where it's like this is also an aesthetic to young people. It's an idea, and that's how it's kind of treated. So it's that is a specific result of
yes,
this culture.
I agree,
and we're dealing with that.
Right.
Not and that's kind of interesting. What?
Well, no, Ben, can I have one more beer? If there's more,
I will say, as he's pouring it, the more I woke up this morning, and I do love when this happens with the movie. I woke up this morning thinking about the second half of this movie, and I was like, I enjoyed watching Robert Pattinson go through it like that.
He's so fucking good.
Man, isn't he great?
And funny.
He is so good in this movie. Thank you. You don't have to just that's fine. Yeah. But yeah, I like when that happens, when I'm going, oh yeah, I don't know, because I was, again, first half so kind of bored, and then I sat with it and I was like, yeah, that's pretty good.
Did you guys like
Bombshell.
No.
It's pretty good.
No. It sounds like though you maybe weren't as convinced by Zendaya, and I was honestly kind of blown away by her.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's like her performance style. Like she's like that in Euphoria too, where if I think about it more, like her being a drug, it does really work. She is doing the work, but for some reason it's not registering with me.
Interesting.
And I don't really know why. But yeah, I did think that she was excellent in this movie. I think it was more, I couldn't tell you. Maybe it was just the way that it was done in that conversation that I was already so turned off by the way the other stories were kind of told.
Yeah.
Where I was just like, it felt too much the director talking to me,
Sure.
not the characters driving the thing.
Yeah.
And that is how I kind of felt throughout it, where it's like he's putting them in these situations and they don't really have their own autonomy to move throughout the space and explore it together. It did feel a little like, but that
it's schematic.
It's very schematic.
I think he's a schematic director because he's got ideas, and he's got like, he knows what he essentially wants, how he wants it to go.
Yeah, he never let it get out of control.
And he puts, so people don't always feel like people. They feel like the characters that need to be there for the narrative and the ideas to kind of flow or whatever.
Yeah.
Which like is a funny thing because I think all movies are schematic, like just by the nature of because they are literally.
But there are
written,
things that you can do.
But there are things that you can do to make it not feel so schematic.
Yeah.
But yes, I agree with you. I mean, I think that's true. Although I also did like Alana Haim. I thought she was pretty funny. And, and good.
Yeah, I did too.
And the other guy, what's his name? What the fuck?
It's not that they were bad.
Yeah.
I think it was that it was so, like you said, schematic, and they're just things that maybe could have been done to enhance the fact that. Or enhance the feeling that this person's inner world's being exposed and they're in control of this situation or not in control. It was very much like, I want her to say this now.
Yeah.
And the camera's in a very intentional place with Alana Haim covering like a third of the shot.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I kind of just want it to get like Cassavetes. Like I
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah.
kind of get knocked over for a second. Maybe
Well-
that would have been too ham-fisted, but I'm like, I just wanted some kind of like aliveness outside of their performances.
Did you feel that the most in the moment where he cheats with Haley Gates?
Sure.
Because that does feel like that actually got the biggest gasp
Yes.
in our audience
yeah,
out of
yeah.
anything else, which I found fascinating.
Actually cheating is
Sorry, Ben.
actually cheating is as bad as thinking about doing a shooting.
I know, which is fascinating.
That's kind of what it felt like.
Well, yeah, but I think, and that's also the interesting thing about the shooting thing, and why like I could see, and in an alternate reality, I should be someone, like I said, like I almost should be someone feeling this way
Mhm.
and like having this critique or something, but I'm not.
But it's probably kind of healthy for you to be like, hey, this is being reflected in the things that are
Yeah,
all
but
consuming
like there's
together.
also a lot of, I mean, this sounds so stupid. There's a lot of like school shootery things or whatever films that I really respond to and really like. I think Gus Van Sant's Elephant
It's
is
one of my
fucking
favorite
great.
movies.
I love
Which is
the
wild to
dirt.
say.
I think the Dirties, the Matt Johnson
Yeah, I've been seeing clips from it. I haven't seen
thing
it.
is great. I love that movie. Vox Lux I have
Yeah.
problems with, but
Those
is
sections.
interesting.
Yeah.
Is interesting. That's one of those movies too where when that happened in the beginning of that movie in Vox Lux, if
Yeah.
anyone's ever seen that, the movie starts
Rudy
with
Corbet, who also did The Brutalist.
yes, correct. That movie starts with a school shooting. Like the opening scene is a school shooting, and it took me by surprise, like so much.
Mm-hmm.
And I was not what I expected. I didn't really know what I was expecting, but I was like, oh, it's a movie about a pop star with Natalie Portman is like
Yeah.
basically what I knew, and then that happened, and it's one of those times where I am a pretty thick-skinned person, but like I really was overwhelmed
Yeah, me too.
emotionally, and I was like, I need to leave the theater.
Uh-huh.
I didn't. I like sat with it for a second,
I felt scared in the
but
theater.
I was like I was really upset in
Yeah.
that, and so like that can happen, but generally, I don't know, my relationship to it.
This felt like a safe movie.
Kind
It
of,
was like
yeah, kind
almost
of.
like a cozy school shooter movie.
Yeah, a little bit. Well,
Sorry.
because you which is interesting because you come back to her as the little girl and you really feel for her and she's cute and like you're kind of laughing at her like doing her goofy like final video,
Uh-huh.
you know, and so and it almost, which I find interesting, you know, it almost like those videos that we saw with the Columbine kids, which we play them now, and they're these VHS tapes, and they're in the woods, and they're wearing trench coats and whatever. It's
I
like,
haven't seen those.
oh, I mean, that was like they filmed all that shit, you know. They
Uh-huh.
filmed that. They were like filming themselves and
Yeah.
doing all this stuff. That stuff is really like Jesus, this is so scary. It's like Blair Witch, you know. It's like that's like what it comes from. I feel like, and it's got that same like kind of visual language.
Yeah.
But you're watching her now, and it almost like it takes the fear out. It makes her a real person, a real kid who has problems and is like struggling, and that's interesting, and I think worth maybe talking about, interrogating, whatever, or like because we paint these kids like as monsters sometimes, and like I think they're just a kid, who had something fucked up, and it's like hard to, and that's what I wanted to get into also. I mean, now Ben's just like
It's
gone.
okay.
But
Go ahead.
well, there's just a lot to talk to because I think that the movie's like anyway, and like ultimately
wanna make a
about
comment.
cancel culture. But anyway, keep going.
Well,
yeah,
let's talk about that.
Yeah.
But I just want to say, I had a similar issue with the scenes with her where I was like,
the teenage version.
yeah, where I really liked those scenes, but it was the same thing where it's all very controlled, which like you're right.
Yeah.
It's going to be controlled, but I didn't feel what she got like shoved.
Yeah,
And like I didn't feel it in a real way.
yes, I think
But
those are
maybe
like
that wouldn't work in the way that this movie is kind of like it's got a weird levity to it. Maybe I'm
yes.
tripping, but
no,
I think,
it does.
I think
no,
it does.
It's absolutely funny.
Yeah.
But I think that's actually there's a funny aspect to that because it's like she's bullied, and it's like kind of this like corny, lame, like normal ass bullying, right?
Mhm.
And she explains that to him. Remember, there's that scene where she's like, someone knocks into her the shoulder,
Uh-huh.
and he was like, and he goes kind of like, so that was it,
Right,
like that's what
right.
was happening,
Yeah.
and she's kind of like, exasperated because it's like, I think that becomes kind of interesting because it's like, yeah, even for a kid her age, that kind of bullying, which sounds like just so pedestrian, there's still
Yeah.
whatever turmoil and she can still feel those intense feelings as like a fucking depressed, going through it teenager.
I guess I just wanted something a little bit more subjective from her in that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe if I have, well, I got a couple criticisms maybe of the movie, but if there's one to be said is that like I think Zendaya is great and she does a lot with the part, and I actually one of the big reasons why I feel so much for her character and like can see where she's coming from and what all this stuff is because she does so good. But I think she's doing that in spite of the character maybe being not totally like well fully realized
Sure,
like
I
as
could
a
see that.
character. But again, but
I'm gonna
I've been
pee. I'm
taking
gonna
a
pee
shit.
too.
Okay, cool. We'll take a break.
So for him,
He has one
just took it. He just took
it.
and he just took it.
Yeah.
Oh man,
What do you need?
And we're back.
And we're back.
And then I got hit by like exhaustion. I sat in there and I was like, "Damn, I could take it. I could."
You
fall
look pale,
asleep
man. Are
right
you
now."
sure you want to keep going?
Kind of not. I kind of want to
You
go
can just
home.
sit there or leave.
I kind of want to go home and take
Yeah.
a Zofran. I have Zofran at home.
Okay. Go home.
Sorry guys, that's the drama for this episode, huh? Anyway,
He was about to talk about cancel culture. Do you want to stay here?
can I put my legs up on you?
On me?
Yeah, like
Sure,
this.
brother.
Oh, thanks, dude. Now that
Hold on.
that's love. I just need to stretch out my
Do
legs.
you want to avoid that it was Kratom, or is that fine? You just keep it.
Everyone
keep
in the
it
comments
dis-
be knowing that it's Kratom.
Well, because they've known that I people got mad at me before. They were like, sorry, I won't do that.
No, you can.
People
just
got
do it,
mad
just
at
do
me
it.
before. They
That's
were
what
like,
feels
don't
good.
do Kratom. And I'm
You
like,
shouldn't.
I don't. Well, they're afraid that I would get addicted, but I'm not.
Kind of
You
seems
seem-
like
yeah.
you are.
No,
You're seeming like a guy that I need to help
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
with this problem.
truly, it's the.
Do you want to include this or no?
I don't
I think
care.
this is a funny way to split up the episode. I actually like this. We need this in
Me too.
because we're having
Yeah.
we're having like serious talks, and now we need this from you.
I just, it's the fact that I drank beer because I've never had it with beer.
Had Kratom and
That's what I
beer.
thought.
and it was just like.
And
I
a
said, have
Zin.
you ever drank
And
with
a
it?
Zin.
the Zin. and I
Zin'll
was
make
like,
you feel sick
"Whoa,
just on
dude,
its own."
Whoa. Anyway, should we talk about how we rate this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go-
where
he
were
wants
you?
to
Where
talk
were you?
about
Go
cancel
ahead, go
culture.
ahead.
No,
Cancel
I don't
culture.
know. I just think
Wow, now the three whites are talking about cancel culture on the pod. You know, you can't say the fucking
no.
I like Kratom, Ben.
Yeah, Kratom pins. No, I don't know. I was just. God.
What
I
did
mean,
you
this-
say? What did you say?
Fuck, dude.
What did he say?
He thinks it's an allegory for cancel culture.
This movie?
I think that, and it's made all the more thorny with the stuff about his like this director wrote this like open letter. I don't even know if I want to get into it, but
I
But-
didn't read it.
It's like,
it's-
why would you write that? Hey, everybody,
Do you
just
know-
so you know.
do you know what it is? He wrote this. I think he's interested in cancel culture. I think Dream Scenario has some cancel culture stuff. That's the only one of his only other one that I've seen. I haven't seen Sick of Myself.
Me neither.
But I want to. Now I want
Who's in it?
Now I want to. I don't know. It's that one's in Norway, but I just think what's interesting about the movie is that you got this Alana Haim character, and she's getting like really mad and whatever, and there's a level to it of like, I think at the end of the
Way
movie,
too pissed.
I think at the end of the movie, what moved me a lot on but I think that highlights the cancel culture thing, but it also just moved me on a basic like human and relationship level, I guess. That it's like, you know, it's about second chances, like, and like they do this thing where they go, let's try again, right? Like that's how they met. That's their meet cute. They kind of try it in the middle of the movie. And he's like, I don't want to fucking do this.
Stop
I'm like,
doing this.
I'm not into this, like this. Let's try it again and pretend like we're meeting again for the first time. And then the end of the movie, spoiler, after all this chaos, after their wedding fucking devolves and he gets punched in the headbutted in the face by the guy who's dating the girl who he kind of almost half cheated on,
Well,
cheated with.
They made out.
They
Yeah.
do. He never.
It was
fucks
really funny how she was just like, okay, we're gonna do this.
Yeah, I thought that was.
And then she had to
interesting.
kind of be like, "You ripped my shirt open."
Yeah, yeah. She went. Why'd you?
She had to
Yeah,
deal with the
she like
fact
made
that
a joke.
She bent over,
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
like, "I guess I did that too."
That scene.
that
is
was
funny, yeah.
that was very funny.
It's a good scene, but and then at the end they show up to this diner that's talked about in the beginning of the movie of like, let's go there for our honeymoon, like it's a classic thing.
Not our honeymoon, after the wedding.
That's technically honeymoon, but I think anything anything post wedding is considered honeymoon.
I don't know about that.
I don't know nothing about weddings, so
It's the trip you take after a wedding.
I get it.
Is that how I sounded?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, and then they go like they sit down in the diner and they're like, and she's like, I don't know, fancy. Hey, nice to meet you. They pretend like they're meeting for the first time,
It's so cute.
and they start over. And I was very moved by it, but I feel like it's part of this cancel culture thing that I think that he seems to be interested in, and I suppose what I find interesting about it and worthy of talking about. Oh God, I don't even know. It's just
dude.
no. It's just that like, I think we do look. Cancel culture is like I don't. Sometimes it's good, right? And sometimes I think there's a level of
Sometimes there's holding people accountable, and then there's sometimes
sometimes
it's
I
a
think
witch
there's
hunt.
what I sometimes call like outrage culture, where people just want to get mad. And I think sometimes it's not actually cancel culture; it's just like outrage culture.
That's a good point.
But I also think there's this level that the people who are the most responsible for cancel culture, who just like want people to. People fuck up, and sometimes people fuck up, and they're not worthy of being redeemed or whatever. You know what I mean? And it's a fuck up too far gone, I guess. But sometimes people fuck up, and I think we have a culture around weirdly
Cancellation.
but it's internalized. Like people are obsessed with like punishment and honestly like the carceral state of like not wanting to like. Not like radical rehabilitation and like it sounds woo woo or whatever, but like radical empathy about like that's how we fix things. That's how we fix people.
Well,
I
gotta say we got to do more controlled burns. Back I might cut this out, but I recently learned that like back in London, long time ago, I think they mostly did this to women. But like I was researching Karens, I was like, is this like a historical phenomenon?
The Karen
like,
thing?
Has this just a new name for something that has existed for a long time?
Yeah.
And quote unquote outspoken women like that, or like gossipers or people that cause a scene, would get at the end. And I'm not saying we should do this, but it's worth bringing up. They would get at the end of like a seesaw type thing, and they'd tie him to the end of it, and the whole town. They would just dunk him underwater, and everyone go, yeah! And then they'd bring him up, and they'd be like, you shouldn't do that. Dunk him. You shouldn't have done that.
That's
Dunk him again.
crazy, dude.
Yeah, we need control burns,
But they're
man.
doing that for Karens, not people who fucked up, but people who are being like too
A public nuisance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm not advocating for
No,
that. I
I
just
know.
thought it was a funny joke to be like, hey, we need to be doing more public embarrassment that isn't just like your whole life is ruined. We're
Well-
just gonna dunk you underwater for.
And then they live and let live.
I think I actually like that. It's like okay, your crime is not necessarily punishable by jail time, but we'll return the favor by doing a little like
public humiliation.
Yeah, tar and feather, but in the modern age. But Steve, real fast,
Yeah.
what you just said about the carceral state and whatnot, I find it funny that a lot of the people who are the most vocal about
yes, that's what I was going to say.
about outrage and cancellation and stuff, and just like you're done, you are removed from society
Yeah.
and whatnot. No second chances, no nothing.
Spectrum comes back and takes
well,
your Wi-Fi.
They they are often the same people who identify as very progressive
Yes.
and are very
I agree.
they show that they have all the empathy in the world for people who have been in the prison system and have
Right.
committed like violent acts or
Right.
like explicitly horrific things, but they're like, oh my gosh, the jails, and don't get me wrong, obviously there's problems and flaws in the justice system, but it's like you've got all the empathy in the world for select groups like that, people who have really fucked up their whole lives and have really hurt other people. And
But often those
Yeah.
people that are the victims of systematic oppression.
that's what I'm saying. Is,
But
yeah,
that's
there is
exactly,
that.
that is
but-
exactly the point, though. And I think what I'm saying is that, like, yes, I think you're right. And I think a phrase that I think about a lot that a friend said to me once is sometimes people can be wide-eyed but narrow-minded.
Mm.
And there is what you're talking about, the hypocrisy of, like, people who seemingly are so liberal and left and whatever, but then can be actually so
Closed-minded.
close-minded and kind of conservative in the way that they go after people and don't really seem to want to, like, allow for second chances, I suppose. Like this movie, and look, and obviously a lot of the people getting canceled are like straight white men and whatever, blah 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 blah. And like that's all. No, but I mean, it's okay. Settle down.
No, I know.
And that's all. Like there's valid stuff there, but it's like I think if we're gonna be a society that allows for that it wants to be an empathetic society, and we want to sort of like do away with the kind of carceral punishment kind of way that we do things. You know?
Dole it out. What do you call that? Consistently.
Yes.
Consistent
And
about
but
it.
I'm just saying, like, I think
We should forgive
I think
Zendaya.
like prisons maybe like shouldn't exist on some level. It's kind of where I'm at.
No,
with
I
it.
disagree with that. I think that no matter what, even if we were in a utopian society, we would still have people who. That's. I mean, how else do you explain like white collar crime? CEOs
I know,
or multimillionaires.
and then people can take me saying this and go, so what? You would have just given Hitler a hug or something like that. You know what I mean? Or like,
Everyone comment that.
yeah.
Everyone comment. So what? Steve would have given Hitler a hug.
But like, and like, yeah, no. I mean, you know, there's fucking really bad people that I don't know. I'm not saying I have the answer, but I just think I feel like I want to try, and you know, I think the school shooter thing is part of it, and it's even from me, someone who came out of a community that was deeply affected by that. I can still find some empathy and like understanding and maybe even common ground. Like I think we have to see ourselves in the worst of people in order to help those people. If we don't, the more people go, that ain't me, I could never be that. Then
I think people are going to think it's like kind of a privileged take though as well.
maybe no, and that might be right. And that might be right.
That's also an exhausting thing that lends itself to the outrage culture. Is people are very quick to dismiss or focus on certain elements of an argument you're making and just be very reductive about it.
Right.
And like I made a comment. I made a comment on the Ben and Emil show about. I was just observing, or however I phrased it. I was like, look, I'm not like in support of this, but I'm just stating a fact that America has superior technology. We've got Palantir and that entire military-industrial apparatus
That's Satan.
with AI,
funds.
the fucking great Satan fucking thing. And someone
Yeah.
left a comment was like, Ben is brainwashed by Imperial America, blah, 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 blah. And I just want to be like, you're not.
I think that's true.
It is brainwashed. But yeah,
Finish
Hey,
your
man.
point.
Well, no, that was it. I was reading this comment and I'm like, no, that's not what I meant. I think bottom line is that there's a major lacking of critical thinking and a willingness to engage with other people that you fundamentally mostly agree with on most things.
You're
but
right,
when they
right.
differ, it's just it's just like you do.
We need to be
David.
having these roundtables in VR chat. Let me tell you. I need to be a big pink cat.
Yeah,
You need to be a
Yeah.
purple dinosaur. And we need to say
that's pretty
cancel
funny.
culture needs to stop.
Yeah.
I know. Like, look, I understand the like. It's funny. I get
Man, this episode is fucking wild.
Yeah, it's wild.
This is a
like
crazy
the
one.
optics of the three of us sitting here talking about this stuff. Like I'm fully self-aware of like how that looks and feels and whatever.
I so much didn't want to talk about this movie, to be honest, that
Yeah.
I was going to only see the Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Oh,
and
that's
every time
funny.
you talked about it, I was going to be like, and Princess Peach and
And
did
Princess-
this.
yeah,
I
that's
was going to
good.
say they invented 3 new colors for that movie. It was so trippy.
That's
But
very
aren't you
funny.
Yeah.
probably more
3 new
glad you
colors.
saw
Everyone
this?
comment there were 3 new
3 new
colors
colors.
in the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Speaking of that, I saw someone say they saw the first one and it was good, and in this one they were like, it's astonishingly bad. It is truly, it's what you would expect to see a toddler watching on an iPad on an airplane.
Coco Melanified.
It's just.
I don't think the first one was good.
Well, I don't know. I
People
never
liked
saw
it because they like to see Mario like that
Yeah,
with
yeah,
new
yeah.
colors.
Yeah.
They had one last time. Now there's 3.
I think the movie looks. I think those movies look nice. If I'm
That's
being
my
totally
favorite
honest with you.
element of Dylan's humor is
What?
that kind of thing. Back, Dr. Pepper's free now.
Oh yeah. When I told everyone that Dr Pepper is free now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. Okay, what do we rate?
Anyway,
this thing? What do we rate? This,
Whatever.
Steve?
I don't know. Is that how we're ending?
Yeah,
Okay,
that
that's
is
fine.
good.
think
It's
so.
good. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel great now. By the way,
Radical empathy.
radically
Peace
empathy.
and love.
You won't be misunderstood. You're
Yeah.
good.
You should write a letter to a prisoner. You should engage in the.
I do.
letter
I
writing.
write letters to prisoners who are really hot, sexy prisoners all,
Hey, I
all
think
the
you're
time.
hot, sexy
Yeah.
prisoner.
No,
The
have you ever-
women-
have you guys ever
He
seen
goes
that?
through all the mugshots.
Yeah.
He's
Have
just
you
looking
seen-
at
No,
all
no.
the
There's
new
a
fi-
literally a thing that's like inmate baddies like
Yeah.
Instagram page, and you can and they like say what they're in jail for and stuff, and they're all like kind of hot like whatever
But
girls.
then they're all nuts, man.
Yeah, of course.
I saw one video
Hey.
where the woman
Well,
was like,
no.
"My pussy
Radical
is da da da," and it's like, "Geez, lady, yeah, stay there. you need to work."
No. She just needs
Okay.
help.
They're
She
horny,
needs
they're
help.
horny.
People
Let's
need
get-
help.
Out
They're
of
horny in
1,000,
prison.
Steve, the drama.
I really
Borgley's the drama.
I really like this movie. I don't. I find this guy interesting, and the movies to be pretty well made. And like this is like I know I'm going long, but I'm just saying I feel like this is like a normal movie in a way that I wish we had like more things like this that were like made for adults that were interesting and
And an original story.
an original. And I don't think this is like so weird that it's completely.
No, it's kind of like mass provocateurism.
Yeah, it's like
what?
it's
provocateur,
for
like he's being a provocateur.
pro-
like, yeah.
provocateur.
it's fairly it's it's
Thank you.
mainstream, and that's interesting. And I wish we had
That's
more
also
movies like that.
partially the criticism.
Yeah,
at least
yes,
for me.
probably so.
But-
It is. But anyway, so I'm saying that I'm giving it a thumbs up, and I would say 850.
Very nice. I loved all the performances. I thought that it was grounded in reality, even though I forgive some of the things where otherwise there wouldn't be a movie. So I enjoyed that element. I thought that it was fun how they explored, like, really, okay, what would happen? And it kept happening, like with him freaking out and the cheating thing. And I loved that there were only a couple of the miscommunication things, like with Zendaya overhearing
Right,
the
'cause
woman
that
at the
kind
wedding.
of shit pisses you off.
I'm glad that it wasn't a ton of those where it's like, oh my God. If there were like 2 or 3 more, I would have been pissed.
Yeah, I know.
But it was within the realm of being believable. It was also so painful. His speech at the wedding was
Oh, yeah, that was
so
funny.
brutal
Yeah.
and funny and good. I give it a 912,
Wow.
and I give it a thumbs up.
I give it, without many final thoughts, because I think I said as much.
Yeah.
I give it like a 640
Mm.
with a thumb at a 9 o'clock, 9 or
okay,
10
interesting.
o'clock.
Wow.
You weren't that hard on it
No.
in our conversation, but we were having more like whatever theoretical conversation.
Oh, I wasn't as hard as the number.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess I could, yeah, like a 6.6
no, you don't have to change it. That's
to
fine.
6.8.
Ben,
Wait, what? Go
how
ahead.
many Kratom pills out of 50 out of 10 would you give it?
The amount that I
or whatever
took-
the fuck. Do you take pills? Is it pills?
Yeah,
I
they're
actually
little
literally
capsules.
don't know. I
They're
don't know.
little
Okay.
capsules.
Okay. How many?
8
8 capsules. 8 Kratom capsules.
Out of 10?
out of 9.
8 Kratom capsules out of 9. You heard it first.
It's
Thanks
not-
for tuning in,
okay.
folks. Next week. We have the fucking phone calls.
Oh, yeah, get him.
Let's do them.
All
Let's
right,
do
all
them.
right.
Let's do them.
Oops.
By the way,
surprise.
It'll be a
while he's
long
pulling
episode,
that up,
that's
I just
fun.
wanted to say, that whole, I think the best sequence of the whole movie, scene, whatever you want to call it, was the photographer. From
Yeah.
start to finish, them, and then like smile, like you love each other.
That's a great sequence.
It was great.
People love that.
It was
She
so
was good.
I like the
They were all so good.
I like the romantic scene.
I just really appreciated. It was very well acted. It's grown on me more since.
That's
like
what
the
I was
first
saying when you
viewing.
were gone. Were you here when I was saying that? I was like, it was the kind of movie where I woke.
Yeah.
He was still
Yeah,
here.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
I
Or
was
maybe
here
he
just
was, I
kind of
don't
going, damn.
I
feel
like that
fucking-
romantic scene where he whispers in her ear,
Oh,
in her
me
bad
too.
ear.
Yeah.
That was nice. It made me sad.
Oh wait, can you
Ready?
start it over?
Ready?
You got to put your microphone up to it.
No,
worry.
he's
Or
gonna
you
do
gonna-
it.
you
He's
gonna
gonna
do
do
it
the thing.
afterward?
We'll be good. We'll
Okay.
be good.
Yo, what's up, boys? Big fan of the pod. Love listening to y'all bicker and stuff. I love it when one of y'all gets a little mad whenever the rest of y'all is talking over the other one. That's my favorite part. But I had a question about, so I was working with my friend the other day, my coworker,
I block you.
and she said that whenever she heard about Hamnet, like people talking about Hamnet, she thought it was a retelling of Hamlet, but with pigs. So I guess my question is like, is there ever a movie that y'all heard about, you had an image of it in your head, you're like, oh, this movie's about that, and then whenever you found out more about it, you're like, oh shit, I was way off the mark with that.
I
Yeah,
thought
keep
he was
doing what y'all
asking.
doing. Love y'all. Stay cinnamony. That's what I was trying
Hell
to
yeah.
say.
Hell
Face
yeah.
in a mini.
Did he give his name, or does it say it?
No.
Okay, well, that
Thanks
was-
for the call,
thank
man.
you.
That was
thanks
great.
for the call. It was a nice call.
love
I
you
feel
guys.
like so he's essentially saying, have you ever seen a movie where you thought one thing going into it and then it ended up being different?
Totally different. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say No Country for Old Men, but I just didn't know anything
You
about
thought
it.
it was about old men being executed?
Well, I
Too
just was
old.
like, Hereditary. I would say actually,
Mm.
I was like, oh, it's gonna be, or Weapons. You know, both of
You
these
thought
kind
about
of
weapons.
things where I was like, oh, this is gonna be about like a certain thing, and it ended up being totally different.
I don't know if I have an answer to this, but what I thought he was gonna ask, honestly, was like, have you guys ever seen a movie coming out and thought it was about? I don't know why I thought this, because he said the Hamnet thing. She thought it was about a retelling of Hamnet, but with kids. And so I thought he was gonna ask us like, is there a movie that we thought we wanted to see like as a retelling, but with kids?
And you had an answer.
Well, because in elementary school, when I was like in the 3rd grade,
Uh-huh.
I wrote a like a book, or like a short book, whatever, that was called Red Wagon Down. That was like Red Black Hawk Down, but with
Mhm.
like little babies and stuff
Yeah.
in a red wagon and
Okay.
shit. And I just little that his question anyway
Yeah,
just
yeah,
spawned
yeah.
that in my head. I don't have an answer. I feel like I'm sure that has happened, but I don't know. I
Yeah.
can't think of
I'll
something.
watch. I'll watch Meet the Parents with All Kids. Jinxie Cat.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Yeah,
By the way, how many of these are there? 4?
that's what I'm trying to tell you, brother. There's a
Oh.
lot. 1,
Oh.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
We'll be
9,
fine.
10, 11,
It's
12,
fine.
30. There's like at least 15 minutes worth of them.
Wow, to keep going.
It's good. It'll be a
Alright.
good long episode. That's
Fair.
nice. Yeah, that's
Buddy,
fine. You can
thank
do
you,
that. I
buddy.
don't
Hey
care.
guys, my name is Jess.
Hey, Jess.
So I just want to thank
Jess.
you guys for having this podcast and keeping me up to date on what's actually popular now. A lot of my friends tease me because it always seems like I've never seen what's popular in the last like 10 or 15 years. And I'm not saying I have good movie taste by any means. I always end up like rewatching The Hangover for the 20th time, or watching old black and white movies when I'm just in the mood to see a movie. So again, not saying I have good taste. So yeah, you guys keep me up to date on what's actually popular now and what people are talking about. So I appreciate it. But my question is just something I'm curious about in general. I guess everyone can agree we hate when a movie has a million needless sequels. That's kind of a cash grab. But I was wondering if there's been a standalone movie that any of you personally like, do you think actually would have benefited from having a sequel? Either because you just wanted to see more of the characters, or you think it would have just like explained the story better? I don't know. All right. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you,
It's a
Jess.
great question.
That is a good, really
It's a
good
Yeah,
really
question.
good
I want
question.
more time on this, but yeah, off the top, go ahead.
Well, it is why I feel like we should hear them all and like pick and choose and do some research.
No, it's fun to listen to.
I
them
know.
live.
The first thing that's coming to my mind, they've made sequels to this, right? But like I always had, after the first Cloverfield movie, I always had an idea. I always wanted them to like do sequels that.
All his responses are his own ideas.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's okay. That's fine. That's fine.
Well, I always just thought if they were going to make more movies before they made the sequels,
Mhm.
essentially, I thought if they were going to make more movies, what they would do would be like, okay, do you guys remember Cloverfield?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
There's a part where some of the friends leave the main group with the camera and they get on this helicopter with like the military and it goes off. And I was like, oh, the sequels will take, and you'll like, what if we follow like a news crew or something, and then we get a little more information about like what the monster is and blah blah blah, and then maybe at a certain point the news crew is in that helicopter and we see those characters, and then we get to like see what they're doing and like,
Mhm.
and then so I thought like you could tell the story of that same day with the monster or whatever, but from like different perspectives, and
Sure.
each new perspective maybe gives you a little bit
But
more
Cloverfield had a
clues or
sequel.
information. I know it had that Cloverfield Lane, but it was like that.
I'm just messing with
anyway,
you.
no, I
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
I know. But anyway, and then
I-
had that shitty one that they released on Super Bowl. But
I
anyway.
have a bad one. Not a bad one. It's just it came up recently where I'm like, I don't even think this would work. But when I watched The Holdovers in December, I was like, the fact that I'm not gonna see these guys again
Oh yeah.
or interact again, please, in 5 years, give me The Holdovers too, please.
Right.
I am an inverse of the question is movies that you don't think should have ever had a sequel, and I think Hangover. Stop.
Okay.
But I truly I can't. I honestly really can't think of any that maybe well
Finding Nemo, damn. Monsters Inc., damn.
I was gonna say Predator, but they
Damn.
made a fucking ton of them.
They should have never done.
But sometimes you come across a sequel that's so fucking sick. You know, like
Yeah.
there's like occasionally
Yeah.
one that
Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2.
I was
Spider-Man
having
2.
trouble right now, by the way, thinking of a movie that doesn't have a sequel.
Yeah, honestly.
I was like, nope.
Every movie.
Nope.
Yeah, every movie.
Nope.
That's funny. That's funny.
All right.
Wait. What about sorry, Pulp Fiction?
A sequel?
Yeah, kind of. Or I guess like or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I was thinking the same thing. That's
Yeah.
sequel's coming out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
there
know,
is going to
but-
be a sequel.
Same thing.
But
That
it's
was,
like,
the one I thought as
yeah,
well.
yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction is interesting.
Persona 2.
There Will Be Blood. Well, but that one's
There Will Be
kind of
Blood
they
too.
kind of round that out. I did
Yeah.
watch that again this week.
He's just bowling. It's Daniel Day-Lewis. It's
I'm
Daniel,
finished.
Daniel Plainview bowling.
Yeah.
Just like normal bowling.
Yeah. But then the pins talk to each other. We got to get out of here. This guy's crazy.
Yeah.
Fuck.
There you go.
All right, next.
Great question, Jess. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks, Jess.
What up, Cinnamon? What up, Ben? What up, Steve? What up, my boy Dylan?
So, my boy.
Just got a quick question. First off, Dylan, loving the game reviews. Would love to see more of those. Dylan's 5-minute game corner. Let's run it. Got a quick question for you. I would really love to see you guys, more of a statement really. Do you guys see Be Gone's Resurrection? I don't know if any of you have seen it. I just really want to see Ben watch this movie. I don't know if you can do like the same thing you did when he watched Solo, but like, bro, gotta see Ben's reaction to this movie. Anyways,
Guns,
love you
Resurrection.
boys.
I'm going to say something off the top of my head real
Matt.
quick, which
Yeah.
I haven't talked to you guys about. I do think that that's if we ever do any kind of Patreon thing, that's what we should be doing.
Yeah.
Where we talk
No, we've talked about this
a little
Yeah,
bit, where we're
yeah.
just like, I just let us know if you think we should do that. I think we should do like long form talks about movies specifically, where you're just like
where we're showing
completely
Ben,
puzzled.
Yeah.
Or
Or we think you'll be puzzled.
or take you through movie history a little bit.
Oh, Salo. That'd be a good one for a sequel.
Yeah.
No, but
The Poop People.
yeah, I think I mentioned I saw that movie.
Right.
I saw it, and I liked it a lot, but I was also just, I mean, totally honest, like really tired, and so I was kind of struggling. But it's a gorgeous looking movie, and it's really interesting, and whatever. But
I saw his last film, A Long Day's Journey Night
Yeah.
3D in New
Yeah.
York, and that was sick. I
Yeah.
also was falling asleep, but there was an announcement beforehand. He's like, "You can fall asleep." I was like, "Okay."
his first movie is really, really good, and that was the one that was like, oh yeah. Well, anyway, but whatever. Keep going. Thanks for the good question, though.
Hey boys, thank you for reading or listening to my call. I'm like, I'm doing another one. Damn it. This is so hard. Why am I doing this?
I love
I
these,
love
dude.
these.
I love those. So good.
Hey boys, thank you for listening to my call on the previous episode and answering. Great job. I was the one who asked about female directorial perspective. I wanted to ask you guys about what is a movie that is like a guilty pleasure that you really love.
Ooh,
So like
yeah.
a movie when somebody asks, oh, like what's a movie you really like? One that makes you feel like, ooh, they're going to think this is cringe or
Mhm.
like just something you're sort of embarrassed that you really like.
Mm.
Or maybe a movie you keep coming back to that's like fallen out of favor a little bit. I don't know. I'm curious what you guys have to say. I can't think of one off the top of my
Oh,
head
I got
personally,
one.
but
Let's
I want to hear
Ben.
y'all's opinion. Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
good one.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Picture this. It's a Sunday. It's rainy. There's not a whole lot to do. All my chores are done, whatever I've had to do for the week. I've got nothing to do, nowhere to go, nobody to see. I just want to put something on, maybe smoke a joint, take an edible or something, or nothing. Fucking Avengers Endgame.
Really?
Yeah, it's long.
Endgame?
Yeah.
I always liked Infinity War more.
Or Infinity. What are you
What-
the,
what are you talking about?
what's the one where
final-
they die?
The final two.
Okay.
Either one of the final
I
two.
see.
I like it. It's fun. Robert Downey Jr. is really great in those.
Yeah.
He's a good actor. I like.
He is, man. He's
Yeah,
great.
you and like fucking
award-winning.
275 million, more than that.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you know, like whatever.
Yeah,
Everybody, yeah. thinks so.
I like those. They are. I mean, they're definitely it's crap, but it's also it's just it's just sit down and I can just zone out.
Yeah.
This episode's so long.
What about you?
It's fine. My like annoying answer, honestly, is that I don't feel like I believe in guilty pleasures. That's my annoying asshole answer. Is that I feel like if you like something,
Sure.
like
You know the
Well,
question.
what is it?
no,
But
I
you
know,
know
I
the
know.
question.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to like fucking fill time because I can't think of an answer. But also like, if I like something, I have reasons why I like it, so I don't necessarily feel guilty about it. But I suppose
Paul Thomas Anderson is asking you, and you want to impress him, but you
he
also
wouldn't ask me that
Okay.
question, dude. He'd be saying, "Show me your cock, Steven." I don't
Let
really. No,
Dylan-
Dylan, you go first.
Well,
Let me think.
I also have an annoying answer.
Yeah.
I was just saying this when we left this movie. I don't really rewatch stuff very often.
Oh, that's right.
There's too much
Oh.
to see.
That's true.
Yeah.
Very much a
I
lot of
guess
stuff.
I mean The Hangover last time I watched it, that was a rewatch, but I watched it when it came out and I was like, I don't like this, and then I rewatched it like 2 years ago and I was like, this is the funniest movie I've ever
Right,
seen.
right.
I don't know. That felt guilty.
You got any, Steve?
But that's a beloved movie, so it's
We can come back to it.
Yeah, I don't know. There's like I could say like, dude, like hot chick or
Transformers.
something. You
Yeah,
know what I mean,
yeah.
or whatever. But
Yeah,
it's like
Just Friends.
I
is
fucking
one
like
we
that
watched
shit.
during
You know, I don't know. I
Christmas.
just like it. Yeah.
Transformers
Yeah.
is another one.
Yeah.
Like the first it's fun. I don't know. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Ooh.
Brian Edgerton got really
ooh.
mad at me when I recommended that to him when I
first
saw
one?
it. Yeah, and I was like, "This is good." And then he's like, "Me, my mom's roasting you or something." I was
Oh,
like,
I
"Damn, I'm
loved the
sorry."
first
You know
one.
what?
They were
One
just
of my
hating on me.
guilty pleasure ones. Guy, what's his name? Guy.
Pierce.
No.
Sorry. Guy Ritchie.
Guy
Ritchie,
Ritchie, The Gentleman.
Damn.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a worthy. That's a
Yeah.
worthy one.
Have you guys seen it?
I've seen. Yes, I have seen The Gentleman.
The Gentleman is fun. It's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah.
It's surprisingly like you don't know where they're going. You don't know who. You know, there's some good twists and turns and
Every once in a while
backstabs
these days,
and
he
stuff.
makes a good movie, and I'm like, wow, that's
Hey,
pretty
The
good.
Covenant was good. I enjoyed it.
Yes, okay.
What do you guys think? What if we just do one more? Because we've got a few for
And like
next
Yeah,
save
okay,
them
yeah,
for
yeah,
later.
yeah.
Alright,
Sure.
let's do one
I
more.
guess that's
Alright,
fine.
we got one
but
more.
you will be able to know.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey boys, big fan of the pod. I
Okay,
just
but if
want
it's
to start by saying I really like the Tall Ones movie takes, and Dylan, your movie takes are right too. I want to get y'all's opinion on one of
Is that you or
my
me?
takes,
Both of us.
and it's not about any one movie. So I think movie trailers that were made before 2010 are just terrible. I think they're dog shit. I think they were okay for like the next 5 years after that, from like 2010 to 2015. But then they just started, like, movie trailers just started spoiling their own movies after 2015. And like the most recent examples of that are like
I can tell you exactly
Avatar
why.
3, where like it just straight up reveals that Spider can, breathe the air. Project Hail Mary revealing Rocky, like in the first trailer. So yeah, pretty much movie trailers have always been terrible. Anyways, love the pod. Thanks. Bye.
They didn't do it with the drama.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
I can tell you.
Wait, what was his question?
It wasn't a question. It was his take, and he wanted to see if we agree with it.
But is he saying that
That movie trailers now give away too
their
much.
movie trailers are now bad, but
Yeah.
before 2010 they were good?
Yeah, and that they
But I
now.
thought he was saying they were also.
I thought he was
dog
saying they
shit
were
be-
bad before.
I think he was saying
No.
there was just the specific time in 2010 when they're doing the. What was the sound? Brah. With the
Brah,
Inception
yeah,
trailer
Inception
era.
stuff.
He likes that era of trailers. Brah.
Okay, look, brother, I respect you and
Brah.
everything, but I would like to do one more because that
Wait,
one. I, don't
I
wanna
need
end
to.
on that.
I need to tell him.
I don't want to end on that.
I
at
have
all.
the answer for why that is.
Oh, go ahead.
Sure, go
Because
ahead.
when I briefly worked at a movie trailer studio, here's how it works.
You worked in a movie trailer studio?
Yeah.
Doing what?
I was an associate producer. And
What'd you do as an associate producer?
Oh,
what is
dude.
an associate producer's tasks?
Yeah, I'll tell you exactly, and I got fired too, by the way, because my job was as follows. I was the associate producer for 3 producers above me, and each of those producers had anywhere from 1 to, 6 movies going on at once. And each one of those movies had maybe an international trailer, a domestic trailer, and from 1 to a dozen TV spots going on at once.
Okay.
And each of those all has different versions that gets done. And VO, I had to book VO artists, and I had to do billing stuff, and I had to set up client calls and take notes from the clients and then give those to the editor and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
So if you do that across all these different movies and all these different producers, it was quite impossible at times because you had to be in like 3 places at once, quality checking before they go out to the client to make sure all the notes are implemented correctly, all that shit. So it was very, very hard to keep. It's just a lot of spinning plates. It was like 60, 70-hour weeks. It was impossible to do.
Yeah.
They ended up hiring 3 people to do the one job after they fired the subsequent 2 people.
I see.
I was very bitter, but again, I felt like, damn, I suck. But then I got vindicated. But anyway, when you get a trailer, you finally go through enough versions, and the client, the client being the movie studio marketing executive who's in charge of that particular movie, they finally say, okay, we're good to go. It can go to testing, which is where the studio outsources it to this third party thing, and they show it to normal people. At
I've been a part
malls
of
and
one of those
wherever.
before.
Yeah, and they say,
Research group.
and they show them the trailer, and then they get feedback from these normal people, and that feedback dictates what they do next.
Right.
Usually, it's hopefully it's, whoa, it was really great. I can't wait to see that. And then it's like, okay, cool, trailer's approved, we're good to go. But a lot of times, people say things like, I don't get it, or I don't understand, or
Right.
I didn't like that. I
And
felt
sometimes
like
people just want something to say in that.
that's
in that room.
exactly
Yeah.
the thing. Sometimes people are like, well, I wish I knew more, or it would have been nice to know more about the plot. So that's how a lot of times how you end up in a situation where we need more. The people are saying that they don't understand. They need more to pull them in, and that's a big symptom of that.
That's good. I think
Yeah.
we should just do one.
All
more.
right,
We
okay,
can't
one
end
more,
on
one more.
That's a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
answer,
yeah,
but
yeah.
we can't end on that.
Yeah. Here we go.
Hey, hello. Just call me Horse Joint. I don't want to say my real name, because I don't want to. I love y'all's channel. I literally binge watched like all your videos while I was at work because I work at a shitty job that I hate. Speaking of job, perfect segue. I know. Do y'all do this like YouTube thing? The cinnamon. Y'all do that like for fun? I know y'all do that for fun, but like, do y'all get like paid for it? I wonder. And like, whose idea was it to like, start the channel? Which one of y'all out the 3? Huh? And I guess another question.
This guy's
One
awesome.
last question. What is your favorite? And I'm asking all 3 of y'all. What is y'all favorite horror movie? All right.
4?
I love horror.
Favorite horror
I'm a
movie.
horror horse. That's an inside joke of me. I like horses a lot. Anyway, yeah, that's it. I gotta get back to work. Holy shit! I almost hit a car.
Great.
Bye.
Thank you, man.
Bye.
No,
Wait,
we don't make any money.
Wait,
Yeah.
let me
Oh,
take it. Let me
how do I
take
end
it.
this?
Let me take it real quick.
All
I make $200 a week
Damn, you're just throwing it out there.
editing it, and it pays for my groceries, and I get to talk to my friends, and that is a lovely thing. That comes from Ben. It was Ben's idea. Do we want to get into specifics?
What do you mean?
He had an idea for another thing
Oh, yeah. That
And-
I'm still working on.
that he's still working on, and this is supplementary to that in a sense.
Yeah.
And that's how it started.
Yeah.
And here we are. So I'm the only one getting paid for this.
Yes. That's
And I'm
true.
buying tuna. I'm buying water. I'm buying chips.
Yeah.
I'm buying salsa.
Favorite horror movie?
Well,
The Shining.
The Thing. Watched that again recently.
Nice.
Such a fucking good movie.
Scream. We'll say Scream.
Scream, wow.
I forgot to mention I also watched Scary Movie 3 recently.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, that's what I watched this week. I tried to watch
Um,
Scary Movie 2, and it actually didn't hold up as well as Scary Movie 3, which was shocking.
What are we watching next week?
Let's just find out real quick. I'll cut to it.
I don't make any money off the podcast. I sure would love to make some money off this
Yeah,
podcast.
well, if we can grow a little bit.
We'd
we
love to
can- we
grow.
can get
Tell your
there, man.
friends, tell your family. Maybe we'll do that Patreon thing where we make Ben watch something, and that'll be a
Yeah.
Patreon
Or
thing.
commentary.
Then Steve won't have to deliver wine to Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah.
You delivered wine to Jennifer Lopez?
Yes.
Like, her assistant.
No, to Jennifer Lopez.
No way.
Yes.
When?
3 weeks ago.
To her house.
Yes.
Where does she live?
El Sereno.
She does not live in El Sereno. Get the. You delivered to a Jennifer Lopez. It sounds like.
Yes.
I think we'll end there,
El Sereno
guys.
is on the east side of LA, gang,
I
where
think-
definitely no celebrities.
We're
live.
gonna end there.
It's not. It's
a
a great place.
I don't know what we're watching next week because I don't. This maybe we'll watch Mario.
Beast, Yumi, and Tuscany. What the
Yumi
fuck?
and what did I say when we walked past the poster of Yumi and Tuscany? I said, what if they had the same twist that one of them wanted to do a school shooting?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
is there just
I
nothing?
don't think that anything.
That's fine. I mean, we'll come up with something else. I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
or we can talk about what we've missed so far. I don't know. Whatever.
Mario.
We'll do
Yeah,
some
yeah,
shit. We'll talk. Mario, I don't even want to see that one.
Anyway,
Maybe
guys.
Mario.
We'll figure it out. Don't worry.
I'll
And
do
we'll,
my
and
I'll do my new colors joke again. I like that joke.
we'll let you know like on the Instagram or something. We'll post it
Yeah,
before
yeah.
so that you can try to go see it.
And be sure to
beforehand.
follow the Instagram. There's not enough of you guys following the
Yeah,
Instagram
please
and the
like,
TikTok.
follow, subscribe.
We're-
the
we're
Instagram.
posting funny stuff
Give
on there.
credit. Give credit where credit's due. to
Yeah,
our,
thank you for following. If
no,
you
no,
do,
no, no, no.
Give credit
Who's
to
doing
our-
the Instagram?
Oh, Alex, our friend Alex Furlan.
He's doing a great job.
He's
He
a
is.
former. I think he still does contribute to the Onion. He's a very funny guy.
Did he come up with that Rocky joke?
Yeah.
That joke.
It
I
was
saw
really
it. I
good.
saw it pop up organically, and I was like, "Damn, that's a funny joke about killing Rocky."
Oh yeah.
And then I looked and I said, "Cinnamon, what the fuck?" Damn,
yeah, yeah.
a funny guy did it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's
good.
awesome. Good job.
He's doing a great
I
job.
think it's
I was
really
telling
funny.
him, yeah, we should do some of this fake trivia thing. I think that's funny.
It was really funny. I like that.
Pepper in some real ones.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Anyway,
All right,
see you
gang.
guys next
Everybody.
week.
See
Thanks
ya.
for sticking around.
Oh, sorry, I got fucking.